Between the rampaging dragon under the central dome and the altered beasts created by Derola in the caves, it seems like something isn't quite right underneath the surface of Ragall. I hear you saying, "You don't say." Welcome to the Abyss, folks. My name is Void Money, and today we investigate the artificial intelligence that set up shop in the mines of Ragall. After traveling halfway across the galaxy, braving the abyss, and stumbling through the void between stars, only to be bested by the disastrous wilderness of Ragall, we eventually found our way into the mines, where rampaging machines became yet another adversary we had to contend with. But the question remains, who or what put the renegade machines up to this dastardly duty? Well, if we head to the bridge of the Pioneer 2 to speak with Momoka, we might just find out. Scroll down to Government Quest 3-3, Central Control, to read the description. Find the control room to the underground facility. Seems easy enough. Select the mission for a more detailed description. There must be some sort of central control room to the underground facility. Try to find it. And of course, if you accept the quest, you will be yeeted into dialogue with Principal Tyrell.
Thank you for coming, Voidmon 3Y. As you well know, we're still under attack by those hostile machines in the mines of that underground facility.
Have you ever considered just leaving the robots alive and staying on the surface?
We still don't know who built them or why they keep attacking us.
The previous question still applies.
We think there's gotta be some sort of central control room there. If we find it, maybe we'll get some answers. I need hunters like you in order to seek it out and find it.
That's a really convoluted way to say you want me to do it.
We can't afford to dally. Time is of the essence.
Then stop being so long-winded.
As always, Irene can give you the details. I'm counting on you.
No pressure, right? On to Irene.
Here are the mission details. Your orders are to search the facility for a central control room.
They really like the use of multiple redundancies. Maybe Malaysian Airlines should hire them.
A teleporter has already been set up for this purpose. You can go down to the mines directly from the city. The mines are still full of those mechanical enemies, though.
See? More redundancy.
Be on your guard and search for the central control room. That's it. Good luck.
Alright, and now for Science Guy 1.
After analyzing the data on those mechanized foes you fought, I now know they contain Pioneer 1 technology, but they've been remodeled.
I love a good makeover.
Now it's someone else's job to discover exactly how they got this way. But I'm scared. I fear for our lives.
Anyway, on to Science Guy 2.
Pioneer 1 machines remodeled to attack us. Don't you think that this is some kind of warning?
I feel like the explosion that was visible from outer space when we arrived was more of a warning, in all fairness. Usually warning signs come before the danger. In any case, if we mosey on our way to the teleporter, it will take us to the Mines 1. There won't be anything particularly out of the ordinary. As per expectations, you will find all the same enemies in the previous sections of the mines, making your way to the Mines 2, and eventually coming to the telltale big red telepad that brings us to the boss. Once you go through the telepad, you'll find yourself in a central control room, just like the mission described. A little device will pop out of the ceiling before an alien face appears on one of the monitors, and then combat will commence. The alien face is named Vol Opt, and will move clockwise throughout the room from one section of monitors to another. When the monitors turn red, you can attack them. Otherwise, the weird pillar in the middle is attackable, and will drop down into the center of the room once you do enough damage. You can still continue to damage it at this point, though. Furthermore, the pillar will respawn, as well as trigger other pillars throughout the room, which it can use as relays for a lightning bolt attack that will paralyze you. If you're unlucky, the pillars will also occasionally shoot fireballs or freeze you. With all that considered, continue attacking the red monitors until all the monitors in the room are destroyed. That will complete Phase 1 of the boss. Yes, you heard right, I said phase. The room will be destroyed, along with all of the computers, and the floor will become all cracked and glowy as the upper half of a giant robot descends into the room. The giant robot is Vol-Oft's last line of defense. From the center of the room, the boss will shoot missiles out of its back, as well as target you with lasers from one of its sides, which will cause a giant column to crush you if you don't move out of the way. From the boss's opposite side, it will also be able to heal itself, which we always love to see enemies do.
Bruh.
Meanwhile, the front of the boss will shoot a homing beacon that traps the targeted player in a stone prison for a little while before doing massive damage. If you do enough damage to Vol-Oft, its robot arms and rear missile launcher will fall off before it eventually is destroyed completely once it has no HP left. As usual, collect loot before taking the red telepad back to Pioneer 2. Make your way to the bridge once more to talk to Principal Tyrell and hand in the quest.
You think you've made it to what you believe is the main computer? There are so many strange things going on here.
Weird punctuation, but yes.
I'm responsible for over 30,000 lives on the Pioneer 2. Should we just give up and leave Ragall now, before it's too late?
That's probably not the best idea, considering our home planet was a bit of a dump too. Which, by the way, if you want more info on, check out the Pioneer Project video I made a while back. It gives a nice little breakdown of the events leading up to PSO. In any case, please continue, Principal Tyrell.
But there's no other planet to settle on. We need a home.
Welcome to life as a millennial.
Splendid, as always. Please accept a reward for your accomplishments.
Nice. All these thank yous and good jobs don't put food on the table, you know.
Speak to Irene. She'll give it to you.
Give it to me, Irene.
I'll keep you in mind for future jobs as well.
Wow, way to sing my praises in the streets after all I've done for you.
I look forward to seeing more of your skills in action.
Okay, on to Irene.
Great work, as always. Here, let me give you this reward item. I hope that you're able to make good use of it.
You got a slicer plus 15? Nice, now that's what I'm talking about. Next, talk to Science Guy 1.
Everything down to the main system went berserk and attacked, huh? These incidents just keep defying common sense.
If only there were another set of missions to give us more detail.
Was there a hidden motive behind the Pioneer Project?
Once again, I guess you'll just have to watch my other video to find out. Next, talk to Science Guy 2.
Now we know for sure that Ragall is far too dangerous to settle on.
I mean, we could just not live in the mines, right?
And the people of Pioneer 1 are all dead.
I guess that's something that's a little more difficult to get over.
We've got to get as far away from this planet as we possibly can, now!
Keep it together, man. And with that, we can finally talk to Momoka to wrap up the quest, and once again be yeeted into the main lobby. And with that, my friends, we have wrapped up the mine segment of the government missions. Who knows what we'll encounter on our next installment of PSO Lore. Until then, folks, have fun and stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!